Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Fadillah and my student's number is 2421 2211 101 and I'm from class A, and today we are gonna analyze the data using descriptive statistic by calculating the measures of the central tendency, calculating measures of the variability, and then drawing the polygon on these Excels. So let's go. So the first thing first is that we're gonna eliminate the duplicate on the data, which is I'm gonna transfer the data right here and then click on the data tab and then click on the remove duplicate to duplicates. Okay, and then after that we are gonna sort it from the smallest to the largest. So after that we're gonna transfer it onto our table right here, and then we're gonna look for the frequency right here. To do that we're just gonna use the countIf function. So here we go, countIf, don't forget to put the bracket, and then select on the row table right here, and then hit comma buttons, and then select on the score column here. For me, I usually add the dollar symbols between each of these letters so it doesn't cause any errors, because sometimes I encounter some errors by using COUNTIF functions. I don't know why. So just like that, we have our frequency right here. So we have the total of our data is 30. Okay, so the next is we're gonna multiply frequency by x. So it's gonna be like this. Click on the frequency and then add the star symbols and then click on the scores. Okay, so here we go. So there is our frequency times score. Okay, just like this, and then double click it, then the total is right here. And then the next is we're gonna find the mean, because the next calculation needing a mean to be done. Okay, so to do that we're gonna divide our total of frequency times x and divide it by 30, which is the total of the data that we have. Okay, so here we go. Nice, like this. So we have our mean right here, then that means we can continue to our calculations. Okay, so it is the score subtracted by our mean, so it's gonna be like this. Don't forget to put the dollar symbols on our mean so it doesn't go anywhere and causing any errors. So just like that, we have our x subtracted by mean. Okay, so the next is we're gonna calculate this, which is x subtracted by mean squared 2. So it's just simple, guys. You click on the x subtracted by means and then add the square symbols and then add 2, just like this. And there we go, we have it. And then the next is we're gonna multiply our frequencies by x subtracted by mean squared 2. So it's gonna be like this. Click on our frequency and then add the star symbols and then click on the x subtracted by mean squared 2, then hit enters, and there we have it. Okay, so the next is we're gonna look for the median. So the median is the central number from our data that's separated from the lower data to the higher data. Okay, so to do that we're gonna calculate from our frequency right here. We have 30 data, and I think the median will be on the 15 and 16, I think 15 and 16, which is 136 plus 136 divided by 2. So it's gonna be like this ish. divided by 2. So there we have it. The median is 136. And then the next is we're gonna find for the mode. It's simple, guys. Just look at the most appearing numbers from our data tab or the score tab. Okay, so it's gonna be 119. So we're gonna do it like this, and there we have it. The mode is 119, and then the range is, to find the range, we're gonna subtract the highest number from our data subtracted by the lowest number from our data. The highest data is 158, so it will be subtracted by 119, which is the lower data. So the range is 39. And then next is we're gonna find for the quartiles. So to find the quartile, we're gonna find the quartile one first. So to find the first quartile, we're gonna use these equations, plus 1. So it's 1 over 4 times the total of our data plus 1. So the first quartile is 7.75. We're just gonna count it as 7, I think. And then we're gonna look the 7 order from our data, which is 130, 123rd. 123 plus 128 divided by 2. Divided by 2. And which I put it on the wrong cells. Just like this. And there we have it. There's our first quartiles. Okay, so the next is we're gonna find for the second quartiles. We're just gonna use these equations, 1 over 2 times the total of our data plus 1. So it's gonna be 15, and then we're gonna look for the 15 data, or the 15 number from our data. So it's gonna be 136 plus 136 divided by 2. Don't forget to put the bracket, guys. I always forget to put the bracket. And 2, just like that. We have our second quartiles, and then the last is we're gonna find for the third quartiles. So it's gonna be like this. 3 over 4 times the total numbers of our data, and then plus 1. So it's gonna be 23rd or 23. The 23rd number from our data will be 140 plus 155 for 143 plus 145 divided by 2. So it's gonna be like this, divided by 2. And there we have it. That is the last quartiles. Okay, so the next is we're gonna search for the interquartiles. To search for the interquartile, we simply just subtract our third quartiles by the first quartiles. So it's gonna be like this: 144 subtracted by 125.5. So it's gonna be 18.5. Okay, so the next is we're gonna look for the variance. To look for the variance, we just simply put the total from frequency times x mean square 2, and then divided by the total of our data, which is 30 minus 1. So it's gonna be like this. I think I put the wrong equations. Okay. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. Divided by the numbers, the total numbers of our data divided by 2. And don't forget to put the bracket on it. Just like this. So the variance is 136.99. So the last is we're gonna search for the standard deviation. So to look or find the standard deviation, we simply just use this equation right here. Standard deviation is that we're gonna add the variance and then square it, square and a half, just like this. So our standard deviation is 11.70. Okay, and then how we gonna drawing the polygon? So you just simply go to the insert table, insert tab, don't forget to select the score and the frequency, and then click on the recommended charts, and then you will see the scatters. Okay, just hit OK, and there we have it. This is the polygon for our data. Okay, so does all this result is correct? So let's just find out by using the Excel's functions. To search for the medians in Excel, we just simply use the functions of average, and then we're gonna select our row data right here, then there we have it. And then for the median is we're gonna use the functions median, then select on the row data right here. Median. Oh, there's a mistake, guys. I think I need a new mouse because just like that. There we have it. There's our median. And for the mode also, we're just gonna use the function mode and then select our row data, and there we go. We have our mode. Then for the range is that we're gonna use these functions max, don't forget to put the bracket, and then select the row data right here, and then we're gonna subtract it by mean, put a bracket ish, so like on this row data also, and there we have it. There's our range. For the quartile, we're gonna use these functions, and FYI for the quartile is a little bit different, guys, between the result of the equation quartile manual one and then the Excel one. So it's okay, totally okay, because the difference is just a little bit, click on the comma buttons and then add number 1. Okay, so it's gonna be like this. So there we go. Quartile exe, put the bracket, and then hit comma buttons and then number 2 for the second quartile. Then for the third quartile also it's gonna be the same. Exe, put the bracket, push, hit comma button, and then add number 3. There we go. Then for the interquartile, there's no functions to do it automatically on the Excel, so we're just gonna do the manual. So it's gonna be like this. Okay, for the variants, we just simply use this function var, then put the bracket, select on the row data right here, and there we go, we have our variance. And then for the standard deviations, you simply use this function as the def, put the bracket, and then select the row data right here, and there we go. That's all, guys. We already calculate measure of the central tendency, calculate measure of the variability, and then drawing the polygon for this. Okay, I think that's all from me. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.